the meaty taco dip, you're going to need 1.5 pounds of lean ground beef or turkey, half a cup of tomato sauce, a sauce that's 5 grams of carbs per fourth of a cup, 3 tablespoons of taco seasoning divided, 4 ounces of diced green chilies, 1 1/2 cups of 2% Greek yogurt, 6 ounces of low-fat cream cheese, 2 cups of reduced fat cheddar cheese, 2 cups of iceberg lettuce shredded, half a cup of tomatoes chopped, 1 ounce of jarred jalapeno slices, and optional green onion. So the first thing you're going to want to do in this recipe is you're going to brown some of the ground beef. I only have a pound here. You're supposed to have 1.5 pounds, and I didn't realize when I was thawing the meat that I needed more. So it is what it is. I'm just going to brown this meat, and I'll come back when it's all nice and brown. Okay, so now the meat is browned. We're going to add some ingredients and let it cook. So they wanted some tomato sauce. I have marinara in the fridge I want to get rid of, so I'm just going to use that. And you need 1/2 cup of that. Then you need 4 ounces of just chilies, green chilies. Make sure you get a mild one if you don't like spice, because they do sell them hot, so pay attention. And then just 2 tablespoons of low sodium taco seasoning. Okay, and we are just going to mix this up together, and we're going to let it kind of simmer up and just kind of cook together. So just getting it really good mixed up. And then after you do this, you're going to let it cool. You're going to let it cool and then put it, if you're going to a party, which is what this is recipe is kind of designed for, then you would put it in a casserole dish. Let it cool to room temperature and put it in a casserole dish. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it over cauliflower rice. So I'm going to make all of the ingredients, and then later when I'm ready to eat, I'm going to reheat the cauliflower, and then put it all together when I eat it. So after this cooks for a couple minutes, you're just going to let it go down to room temperature, and this step is done. Alright, so now we're going to get the cheese mixture going. I just got some cream cheese, reduced fat. You're going to take 6 ounces of this, and this is slightly softened, so it's just been out of the fridge for a little bit. And then you're gonna do 1.5 cups of just Greek yogurt. And another tablespoon of the taco seasoning. And then we're going to mix this up with a hand mixer, but I want to make sure that the taco seasoning doesn't go flying all over the place. I'm going to mix this up a little bit in here. That should be good. Just want to make sure it gets stuck. And we're going to blend this with the hand mixer. So it's nice and mixed up like that, and that'll be our cheese mixture. Okay, so this is what we have left, or what's happening. It's the meaty taco dip, and this is going to be 1 lean, 3 greens, 3 condiments, 1 healthy fat, and 1/6 of an optional snack. So what I did was I put the beef and 1 cup of cauliflower together. I'm going to heat this up and get it warm. Then I'm going to add the cheese mixture, which is just the shredded cheese and then this yogurt and cream cheese that we whipped up. And then I'm going to add, I've got some jalapenos in here, tomatoes, green onions, and lettuce, and I'm going to pour that over top, and I'm going to eat that. You could also just put this over a bunch of lettuce and make a taco salad. That would be really delicious as well. So I'm excited to try this instead of doing it in a dip, but more of a dinner. For the Korean beef bowls, you're going to need 2 pounds of ground turkey or beef, 4 teaspoons of sesame seed oil, 1 teaspoon of ground ginger, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1/4 of a cup of light soy sauce, 1 packet of stevia, 1/2 teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes, and 6 cups of cauliflower rice. Alright, to start we're gonna get the ingredients together. So the first thing you want is the light soy sauce. I have liquid aminos. Oh, and the thing with liquid aminos, you want to make sure you shake it. So we're going to need 1/4 of a cup of this. I don't have any packets of stevia, but I have liquid stevia. I'm going to just put a couple drops of this in here. It's really potent, so you don't need a whole heck of a lot. You're going to need 1 teaspoon of ground ginger. I didn't have any crushed onions, so I'm just going to use minced. That was hard to say. Or I didn't have any onion powder, so I'm going to use this. And you just use a teaspoon. And then you need a teaspoon of garlic powder if you're using it. My boyfriend hates it, not using it. 1/2 teaspoon of the crushed red pepper flakes. And then you're going to do 4 teaspoons of the sesame seed oil. And you're just going to mix this up. And the reason why we do it first is to let everything kind of incorporate really well and get the flavors moving and shaking, basically. Okay, so that's the sauce. Alright, so the next step is to get the meat brown. I'm going to put this on medium-high heat. I have 1 pound of regular ground beef and 1 pound of bison. So it's going to be the 2 pounds. And all we're going to do is just brown this and get this nice and cooked. So I will get back to you when this is all nice and brown. Okay, so now that the meat's done browning, I'm going to be adding the sauce, and then we're just going to let this cook for a little bit. Mix it up and let it cook just to incorporate the flavors a little bit. And then once that's cooked up, I'll show you how we're going to be eating it. Okay, here's the finished product. The recipe makes 4, and it's 1 lean or lean, 3 greens, 3 condiments, and 1 healthy fat per serving. They recommend doing it over cauliflower rice, but we've been eating a lot of cauliflower rice. So I did 1 cup of cauliflower rice and 1/2 cup of broccoli for my 3 greens. And this looks really good, and I can't wait to dive in.